Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back working in the R&D on that big idea I was telling you about. This is another part of the big idea. It's, I don't want to say too much, because it might give it away. Hopefully you've been putting suggestions in the comments of what you think it might be. See if anyone gets it right. Just for the giggles, you know. But as always, I would like to welcome you and thank you for joining me. And as always, I do hope you're having a good one. But if for some reason not, maybe we can make a good one happen here. That is always the goal here. And just to fill anybody in, this is actually a suggested build, or part of a suggested build that I received a while ago. Just hadn't got around to building it. But if you guys got any suggested builds, and gals, not trying to exclude anybody of course, but if there's any builds you would like to see happen, and if I can get to them and figure them out, you know, the only way to get them happening is to leave the suggestion in one of the comments under the videos, and from there we'll see what we can do about them. Because I'm always looking for ideas and ways to be inspired, and I find a lot of the time outside sources are pretty dang good ones. So I can come up with a bunch of ideas myself, but there's a lot of ideas I might not ever think of. A lot of things that I haven't seen, you know. And I think that also helps make it even better. More fun for all of us. Now, a lot of what you've seen already has been hovercrafts and stuff like that. Well, I thought for this big idea, maybe I should have a land unit too. So this one's going to be, it's going to be the harvester of the group. I think I can say that without giving anything away too much. Now I know, like, as far as the Navy goes, there's not really a whole abundance of land vehicles, so I kind of stuck with just the one, mainly. But hovertechs can go everywhere, so you know, that works out pretty nice. But now I am working on a limited size, so what I got to try and do is get it effective, self-powering with those solar gens. I think that'll work good. And able to carry a decent number of resources. Because by the end, you'll understand why. Gonna have a harvester, you gotta be able to feed the thing you're feeding, right? Or trying to feed. So I figured having two of those big collectors, that'll work out pretty nice. Ooh, he's speedy. Not too bad. Just about 90 miles an hour. I didn't expect it to be super quick. And I don't really want it to be super fast either. Because, well, then you just beat yourself up on the rocks and the trees and everything else. At the speed it can probably go already, it's going to do that enough. Yeah, let's do it like that. I like that a little better. But as always, you know, I'm trying to keep it functional and presentable. And kind of cool looking too. That'd be a nice little bonus. The hard part is if it's going to be a harvester, I still want to be able to fight. Because when you're harvesting, there's always enemies that want to attack you in the campaign. And most builds that I build, even if they'll never see the campaign, if there's any kind of, if it's not a just for fun build, like the little dinosaur I made once, or the dancing dude I made, or the colored stuff I've made just for like a contest, or, you know, it was just meant to look pretty. I always try to make them as effective as possible if they do happen to ever make it into the campaign. Because, well, why not? It just adds to the challenge, and I don't know, I like to challenge myself. Like I was asked once, why so complicated when I built the forge? Well, that was mainly just for the challenge. And to see if I could get the whole setup put into one build, so when I hit the X button, it'd just be ready to be deployed and to work. Now, I think the forge needs a little work, though. I can't tell for sure, because the X button, it doesn't really work that great on that one. The thing kind of fell apart last time I tried it. That's been a bit, so I might try it again soon. But for this idea, I'm using the explosive bolts again, so I'll be using the X button. So I'm hoping it works fine this time. Which everything should, I think. But you can't know until you get that far, right? So we're going to build this up, and we're going to see how it all plays out when we get there. Hopefully it works, because if not, that's a lot of building. But it's not that it'll go to waste, because each of these vehicles can still be used. They'll be effective in their own little ways. It'll be fun to rip around in the campaign in some of them too. And I'm pretty sure I've seen water get confirmed for New Tech. It's just a matter of when. Because as the developers had said a couple times now in the past, that it isn't the easiest thing to add in. Now, it's been added in a mod, but not the way they're really looking to add it in. It's like half added, I'd call it. It's not 100% the way I would like to see water either. But it's a pretty good start, I'll give it that. But now, for the developers to get it implemented the way they want it, it might take a wee bit longer. And they have a lot of other stuff they're doing probably all at the same time. So we're going to have to wait and see when that happens. But as I have been for most of these last builds here, I'm trying to use a good amount of the new experimental blocks that we just got in this newest update. Which, if you're wondering, it is 1.0.0.2. It is an unstable build, but it's in the 1 series now, not the 0.0 something series. So, after their official release, they're still updating. So if anyone had those questions, are they just going to stop updating? No, they're not. They keep giving us new stuff and great stuff, and they're still working on everything. So don't lose faith in them. It just takes time, Everyone just needs to be patient. If they could really figure out the explosive bolts on bigger techs, that would be really cool. So I know there's a bunch of us that build big stuff in that. I've seen a few bigger builds here and there, more than a few. And I know if we could get some of that, the optimizations and stuff that would really help out the bigger builds, you'd see a lot more of them. Because building big can be very cool. Building small can be just as cool, but you're limited on what you can do. Now I know there's some out there that would call this a big build. Well, in my terminology, this would be like a medium. Yeah, almost a medium-sized build. This is an average build, as far as size would go. But now, functionality, this is actually kind of a restricted build, because it's not really going to handle any resources except for carrying them. But it's going to be able to fight. And it will be able to harvest, so the pros and cons list kind of thing, right? But it should also be able to handle quite a bit of terrain. Steep mountains will really slow her down. Yeah, you see what I'm doing there, right? We're going to give her this big Bertha a home, and we're going to have her sister, Bertha 2, right beside. That just looks sexy. Get some batteries in there just so we can have a little extra juice. We might not need it. You throw a couple Berthas, some battleship cannons on there, and we're going to have missiles somewhere. And we already got the dual miniguns along with the new Hunter plasma cannons. Yeah, we're expecting to throw down some damage. And that's what I like. This tech alone is going to be able to take out quite a bit. And don't worry, we're not done yet. We still got a wee bit more to go. We just got to get it all nicely shielded up, get the bubble action on. And a lot of the more recent builds I've been doing, I've been really trying to remember the lights. Not just for function, right? But to make them look cool too. I just wish we had more colors of lights. Because we have like the white light bar for GSO, we have the red light bar for Venture, and we have just very limited lights on the other cores. Oh, we don't have any light bars for the other cores, which I would really like to see. I would like to see a blue and a green one. And that could be, Hawkeye has red and green. So if they had a green light bar, that could be cool. And maybe put blue in there too, because that would go with black really nice. And as far as yellow, a yellow light bar could be pretty cool for Geocore. I don't know, honestly, all the colored blocks we have, I would like to see matching light bars for each one of those colors. So like 16 light bars in all. Even if they're a special block or something, I wouldn't be against that. They don't have to go to a core necessarily. I think that'd be pretty cool. So we need more decorative stuff. Then we wouldn't always have to make something just like utilitarian war vehicle. We could have a really stylish war vehicle. It makes sense to me. But let me know what you think there down in the comments, you know. Or join me on the forums, the TerraTech's official forums, and put down your thoughts in there. I got the Reaper's Playground thread there. That'd be an alright spot to post or start your own thread. Try and get this closed in a little bit so I can get an idea of what I want the top to look like here. Yeah, I know they got plans on doing a lot more with blocks and weaponry and different things like that, but I really hope they don't forget about like basic building blocks. I know they're not, but I just hope they don't make us wait too long. Like Venture just got some new ones, but I think there's some more that could be added fairly easy probably too. And I still would like to see a new terminal for the special blocks, because you can't craft them unless they add in crafting for them. That'd be alright. I would like a terminal too, like max out all licenses, get a brand new terminal, gives you all the special blocks to be bought. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And then why not have a fabricator for them too? I'd get with that. I would like it a lot too. I don't know what I want to do there. Yeah, let's lose that. Get a little more red in here. Having all black, it's kind of boring. Yeah, I like that there. Yep, that's going to do some damage. Let's see what we can do with this so far. Drives around fairly good. Gets over blocks decently. Yeah, I think I'm kind of liking that. A little more work and she'll be just fine. I was thinking of covering everything in, you know, hiding a lot of those big Berthas. But then you start really getting bigger and it bulks up, and I want to keep it kind of low profile to some extent. Even though it is fairly tall tech at, well, almost 10 blocks high. Or it is, yeah, it is 10 blocks high. Well, 9 or 10 at least. And I'm not even sure how long it is, but I know it's fairly long. 20 some long. Looks like 12 wide. Depending how you count the shields, because they're supposed to be 1, but they're really skinny. So we'll say they're 12 wide, 13 wide at most. But yeah, I kind of like that. That's a decent little truck right there. So we got her built up pretty nice. I think that's going to function the way I want. Looks like it should be well protected with its bubbles and well armed with its guns and armor. We tried to armor it up the best we could. It looks pretty fearsome from the front, I tells you. I wouldn't want to be messing with it. Let's see what we can do though. One thing I want to try it out on. Let's do some harvesting. Okay, well, it's not perfect, I guess. Fine then. So drills don't work on trees. Or I was just off a bit. Well, there, now we're lined up a little better. Ah. Almost made it. There we go. See, I wish we had a separate button just for drills and melee weapons, so we wouldn't have to shoot the guns to activate the drills. So I'd put some of the other articulating drills on those bottoms so they could go side to side for me. Like I got at the back there. But here's one thing I do want to know. Does it just fall off? Well, it's got a bit of a jump to it. If that other ramp wasn't there, we wouldn't have broke nothing, so also have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I think that's going to do us quite nicely. It'll be quite an accomplished harvester by the time it's all said and done, I believe. Steal your power, little base. That's like the smallest charging base ever. There, we'll get that tuned up a wee bit. Okay, now what are we gonna do? Let's see if we can do something down this end. I wonder, should we attack turrets or should we attack this? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Let's make them all disappear. Wow. Really fast, too. Boom! You go bye-bye. Okay, now the brick. Here's the true test. Oh, it's taking more than I thought. Oh, there it goes. Not doing much now. It held up quite a bit, though. I'm impressed. I was getting worried there. I was like, oh, if the bricks beats my truck, that's no good. But the brick's tougher than most enemies you're going to find in the campaign, so... Except it doesn't have weapons. So yeah, we're not the fastest truck out there. We'll do about 80s. Oh, maybe 80 with the boost. I seen a 77 there, and I think it was still going up. We just don't have much fuel. That's kind of just for when you need it on a hill, or maybe a quick escape kind of thing. It's always good to have some rockets. Because if you just have pure power or pure speed from like propellers, that can get you into trouble sometimes. But it is nice to have them if you need it to get like a big tech moving. But then it's always nice to have rockets, so you can just hit shift, kick them in, and they get you that little extra bit of boost. Get you up a hill or away from attack or into attack, because sometimes it's good to boost into a battle. Oh, you're done, son. Yeah. Not too shabby. I'm liking that one. Yeah, that's just a quicker way to get back to the start. A lot better than driving the whole distance. Oh, we got more friends. Let's see what we can do to these ones. She scrapes the drill getting up the hill, but I think we'll be alright. Hit them on an angle and we'd probably be fine. The tires would hit first. See? Not too bad, not too bad. That worked good there. Hit this big one on an angle, nicely goes up there. I am liking it. Didn't even have to use the rockets or nothing. And yeah, we gotta take the sign out. It's only right. Come on, line it up. But I think right in here as we... Oh! That was horrifying. But I think I'm gonna call this one right around in here. So as always, if you enjoyed what you saw, throw that like down there. Make sure you share it with a friend. And hey, why not throw some comments down there? Still, if you have any idea what we're working towards, put your guess down in the comments. And why not subscribe and ding that bell? And that way you'll keep up to date with what we got going on here, because you'll be notified. And until that next time, I guess the only thing to really do is kind of check this beast out and wish you a good one. But make sure you keep on being that awesome. So till then, bye.